Hey guys, welcome back. This is History of Power Rangers Season 1, Episode 52 of my show. But this is about Episode 55. And Episode 55 in the original Power Rangers series. But before I start talking about it, since we're on Episode 55, that means we got, let's see, counting 55, so 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, and then 160 episodes, so 5 more videos left for because not counting this one, it's 5 more, because I'm going by the 10 segment, and since we're on episode 55, and there's 60 episodes, that means we got, 5 more videos left of the 10 segment of 50 episodes, and then 160 episodes. So if you add that all together, the one I'm doing now, plus the next 4 and the 60, that's about 5 more videos. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Anyway, now getting into it, I just also want to mention something. As soon as I'm done like I've said before, I'm gonna do the second season for videos. I'm gonna start it up after, I'm gonna watch season 2 on Netflix, about a week after the final video's up. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Now getting into it, this is History of Power Rangers Season 1, Episode 52 of my show, but this is about Episode 55. And Episode 55 in the original Power Rangers series is known as Second Chance. Now, as the name of this episode states, it's not going to be one of the Rangers getting a second chance. I'm going to explain about that later. It's going to be about there's a side character that'll show up in this episode I'm talking about. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Anyway, now getting into the actual episode, Ernie is showing the Rangers this, board, he posts a list of all the people who have qualified, for his soccer team, after the tryouts, and then every single one of the kids, and the Rangers are ecstatic about that, and then every one of the kids is on the list except for one, and then basically what happens is, Ernie gets a little upset. Well, actually, what happens in this episode is one of the Rangers, I can't remember, I think it might be Jason, he asks Ernie who the one kid is that wasn't on the list, and then Ernie says that it's basically, Roger. Now, before I continue, I'm just gonna mention this very quickly. As I've stated in previous videos, there will be some, I guess I should have started this at the beginning, but I'll mention it now. The monster that the Rangers are gonna fight, because like I said, in the later segments of this season, there were some monsters that were gonna be, from this season that were gonna be in the second one, and I'm just mentioning that because the one the Rangers is gonna fight is gonna be in one of the scenes in season 3. Season 2. I'm not gonna tell you what episode number because I want to save that for that season. But I'll explain more about that when I get to the part where Rita creates the monster, basically. Anyway, the Rangers in their human forms are asking Ernie who the kid is that wasn't on the list, and he says that the kid's name is Roger, basically. Oh, sorry if you heard that little burp there. I just had finished eating supper, so if I burp a little in the video, I apologize. I had supper like an hour before I started recording this video, so again, if you hear me in the burp in the video, I completely apologize for that. Anyway, Ernie says that he hates having to coach kids because of the fact that if someone's not on the list, they're not on the team, basically. And then basically what happens is after that, Ernie says, in a sense where he said that if it was up to him, he'd give everyone a second chance. Because Roger wasn't on the list, so basically the segment of most of this episode is going to take place with them trying to get him on the soccer list, basically. Anyway, continuing on. Anyway, after Ernie said that thing about giving people second chances if it was up to him, Jason says that isn't it really up to him because he's coaching the soccer team, which is kind of right. So Ernie basically decides to have like a second tryout for the kids that didn't make the cut the first time, which kind of makes sense. Anyway, then before, anyway, what basically happens is then it goes into where Rita is, and then she finds out about the Rangers playing a little bit of a game of soccer, basically and then that's when Goldar tells her that this is the perfect time for her to send down the, if I'm remembering correctly, the monster that the Rangers will fight this time is sort of like a soccer ball version of an armadillo. If I'm remembering correctly about this, the name of the monster is called the Sockadillo, which is, I think the reason why it's called that is, if I'm remembering correctly. Now I'm going to explain about the Sockadillo first before I continue on. The Sockadillo monster won't be sent down to Earth, at least right away, because it needs to be fully energized. Well, actually, they just, basically what happens is, Finta said that they should send down the Sockadillo monster, which basically is a soccer ball version of an armadillo, because you guys know an armadillo is a type of creature that has a hard kind of shell. Anyway, but Finster explains that it's also got to be fully energized before they send it down. And then after that, what basically happens is then it goes into a scene where the Rangers are there. If I'm remembering correctly, I don't think they're in the youth center in this segment of the episode. They're actually on the field helping Roger practice for the second soccer tryout. Look, and before I continue, I just want to mention, I'm sorry if I sound like I'm kind of tired when I'm making this. It's not that I'm tired, it's just I haven't, this is the first video for this week I'm doing, and I don't upload a video Mondays, but I figure I don't usually record a video Mondays, so if it sounds like I'm sounding a little tired. It's because it's a Monday when I'm recording this, so again, I just want to apologize if it sounds like I'm tired when I record this. I just wanted to get that out of the way. And then basically, what happens is after that, the Rangers are, like I said, they're helping Roger practice for the second soccer tryout. And then after that, what basically happens is said that he can't do it. And basically, what happens is after that, Rita wants to send now getting back into it with Rita's character, she's wanting to send the Sacadillo monster down to Earth, but Goldar advises her that the Sacadillo isn't fully charged. So basically, well, actually, I'm gonna get back into it with Rita and Goldar in a second, but I'm gonna mention the Rangers are basically, they're telling Roger that he won't know unless he practices and is good enough to make the team, basically. And then, as I said, with Rita's character, she's wanting to send the Sacadillo monster down, but it's not fully energized. So Goldar tells her that they should send down the putties first as a warm-up, basically. And then basically what happens is they actually do send the putties down, and this time it is with the Sacadillo, but because it's not fully charged yet, because the Sacadillo monster isn't fully charged yet, they just play around like they kick it like it's a ball, and then Jason and the other Rangers are astounded by the putties playing soccer. And then basically what happens after that is basically they start battling the putties and the Sacadillo monster in the ball form this time. And then after that, the putties get away, and then Jason is explaining that they need to talk to Zordon about what happened in the park. Like, they need to figure out what Rita's plan is this time. And then basically what happens is after that, the Rangers are in the command center with Zordon, and he's explaining about the monster that Rita sent down, which is called the which explains about the ball thing that they fought, which is the Sacadillo monster. And then basically then it quickly goes back into a scene where Rita is on the palace, and she says that she doesn't care if the Sacadillo is ready or not, send it down. So she sends it down, and the Rangers, after the Sacadillo gets sent down again, basically what happens is the Rangers morph to fight the Sacadillo, and then basically what happens is after a little while, the Sacadillo makes a little bit of a joke where he said with the putties, and he's telling his clay comrades to get him, because as I said, the putties are the foot soldiers for this season and technically the second season as well. And then basically what happens is after that, the Sacadillo makes a little bit of a soccer joke when the Rangers are fighting it, where he says that it's going one for their side, and not only that, they get a free kick. And then after that, what basically happens is the Rangers manage to knock the Sacadillo down a little, and then Rita makes the Sacadillo grow after a little bit, and then the Rangers, I'm guessing they fight it in the Megazord this time. Again, because there have been some episodes that have talked about where they weren't fighting in the Megazord, but I'm thinking in this case they were again. Anyway, then the Sockadillo monster is just. Then the Rangers manage to destroy the Sockadillo, and then I'm guessing then Rita gets upset that she lost again, and then basically what happens after that is there's the second there's another scene where then it goes into a scene where the Rangers are back in the youth center, where they're looking at Roger, who's looking at the roster this time, and it turns out that this time he does make it, and in this case, because he does make it, he's on the team basically, and then basically what happens after that, there's a little bit of a comedic ending with Bulk and Skull, and then basically that's kind of where this episode stops. So if you guys like this video when I post it, just please give this video the real best you guys can. And I will see you guys probably maybe Wednesday for the next video. So until then guys, like I always tell you with this series, may the power protect you always.